So this is your opinion. You are absolutely entitled to it, but I would still like to challenge it nonetheless. Okay, so even assuming, right, let's say that the reviews are for the readers and not the writer. You have a point there. What I said, I feel like still stands. If you're going to leave a review of a book, it should be about the quality of the story, not your personal feelings about the book. Because I'm gonna keep it 100 here. People might not like this, but when it comes to the quality of a book, your opinions don't necessarily matter all that much, you know? Before some of you start typing to cuss me out in the comments, please allow me to explain. As I mentioned in my last video, I have 3 categories, and I feel like opinions and opinion-based critiques are 2 separate things. And right now, I'm just talking about straight opinions. If you were giving a straight opinion of a story that does not give any actual feedback about the story itself, just your feelings, like, oh, I didn't like this character, I thought he was annoying, that does not matter. That isn't a important or valuable critique or insight, because you're not saying anything. You're not telling me as a reader why I should or should not read this book. For example, in Dreams of Gods and Monsters by Laini Taylor, I saw a very interesting opinion-based critique, and the opinion was that one of the people didn't like the book that much because they felt like Akiva and Keru stared at each other longingly too many times, and that Laini Taylor described them like gazing at each other from afar like 30 times too many. Now, while that is an opinion, that is a valid critique of the craft, and that's something you can be on the lookout for. Like, oh, okay, this might not bother me that much, but let me actually see if these 2 characters actually gaze longingly at one another as many times as this reviewer said they did. While I do agree with you that negative reviews are helpful in terms of getting a feel for overall reception, I will challenge that by saying that not all opinions are necessarily valuable. Like, just because you have the ability to speak doesn't necessarily mean that you should. So what I mean by that is a negative review is only helpful if it provides actual examples of pitfalls in the story and reasons why the reader should stay away from this book. Like, hey, this is a poorly written story. The characters are underdeveloped. The plot is kind of half-assed, and then the reviewer can provide examples to support their claims. That is a valid review because it's going to save someone a lot of time and money. Again, you just sharing your opinion about how you felt about a book without providing any actual sound critiques isn't helpful, and it doesn't matter, in my opinion. Like, just because you have the ability to have an opinion doesn't mean you should share it. Like, talk about your feelings with your therapist. Save that shit for somewhere else. When you're going to review a book, review